She was loud, uncompromising, and absolutely refused to back down. But the real drama on the set of Maude was happening when the cameras stopped rolling. There was a historic abortion episode that triggered a nationwide affiliate blackout and advertiser panic. A shocking storyline about alcoholism that ended with a physical blow. A star who was actually a former World War II Marine Staff Sergeant. And the bizarre truth that the boisterous, confrontational Maude Findlay was played by a woman who was painfully shy and hated public attention. 10 secrets, 6 seasons, one trailblazing woman who shattered television's biggest taboos. Welcome to Sitcom Secrets. Let us get into it. Fact 10. The cousin Archie Bunker could not stand. Most fans assume Maude was created as a standalone series from the start. In reality, she was introduced as a direct foil to television's most famous bigot. In a December 1970, one episode of All in the Family, Bea Arthur debuted as Edith Bunker's cousin, Maude Findlay. Her shouting matches with Archie Bunker were such a ratings sensation that CB's executives immediately demanded a spin-off. The premise was simple. Give the ultimate liberal feminist her own platform to clash with the conservative establishment. Maude's entire existence was born from a single guest appearance designed to make Archie Bunker look foolish. Fact 9. The real-life wife who inspired the screams. You might think Maude Findlay's aggressive, hyper-liberal personality was purely a creation of Hollywood writers. In truth, the character was modeled directly after Norman Lear's own wife, Frances Lear. Frances was an outspoken feminist who regularly engaged in fierce political debates at home. Lear took his wife's real arguments, her distinct speech patterns, and her unwavering political convictions and handed them straight to the writing room. The character was so accurate that Frances later joked she should have received a co-creator credit and a share of the show's royalties. Fact 8. The Broadway powerhouse in disguise. Many television viewers in the 70s believed Bea Arthur was a newcomer when she landed Maude. In reality, Arthur was already a decorated Broadway legend. She had spent decades performing in prestigious theatre, including originating the role of Yenti in Fiddler on the Roof. In 1966, she won a Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in a musical for her performance alongside Angela Lansbury in Mame. Arthur brought a theatrical discipline, deep vocal projection, and impeccable comedic timing to the screen that forever elevated the sitcom format. Fact 7. The cash prize that sparked a controversy. For years, fans believed the most controversial storyline in Maude's history was conceived as a political statement by producers. The truth involves a cash contest. In 1972, the group Zero Population Growth offered a $10,000 prize to any TV writer who addressed population control in a comedy. The writers initially pitched a storyline about a vasectomy, but Norman Lear rejected it as a cop-out. He insisted they tackle abortion instead, hiring writer Susan Harris, who later created The Golden Girls, to write a historic episode that changed television forever. Fact 6. The affiliate boycott CBS could not stop. When the landmark episode Maude's Dilemma aired in November 1972, showing a 47-year-old Maude deciding to terminate a pregnancy, it triggered a massive firestorm. The real battle occurred during the summer reruns in 1973, when nearly 40 CBS affiliate stations flatly refused to broadcast the episodes. Every regular commercial advertiser pulled their sponsorship in panic, forcing CBS to run the show with no paid commercials, replacing them with public service announcements. The network stood its ground, but the affiliate blackout left millions of viewers in the dark. We're halfway through, and the biggest secrets are still coming. Hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's at number 1. Now, back to the countdown. Fact 5. The storyline that crossed the line. Many viewers remember Maude as a light-hearted look at modern marriage, but the writers frequently dragged the audience into dark territory. In the classic episode Walter's Problem, the show tackled the reality of alcoholism. Walter Findlay, played by Bill Macy, begins drinking heavily to cope with business stress, culminating in a shocking scene where he denies his addiction and physically strikes Maude. It was a jarring, silent moment that completely stripped the show of its comedy, proving that Norman Lear was willing to alienate his audience to expose uncomfortable truths. Fact 4. The real-life Marine in the kitchen. Most fans are shocked to learn that the woman who played the ultimate liberal feminist had a military past that contradicted her on-screen persona. During World War II, a young Bernice Frankel, who would later take the stage name Bea Arthur, enlisted in the United States Marine Corps Women's Reserve. She served as a truck driver and typist, eventually reaching the rank of Staff Sergeant. Arthur kept this chapter private throughout her life. The sitcom star who fought for women's liberation on screen had already served her country in uniform. Fact 3. The painfully shy star behind the mask. It is easy to assume that Bea Arthur shared Maude Findlay's boisterous, confrontational personality in real life. The truth is that Arthur was the polar opposite. Off camera, she was a deeply introverted, private and painfully shy woman who hated public attention, avoided Hollywood parties, and suffered from severe stage fright. She was highly sensitive and hated confrontation of any kind. Arthur had to summon enormous energy to play the loud, opinionated Maude, retreating into her quiet shell and heading straight home to her dogs the moment the cameras stopped. Fact number 2, the spin-off machine that built good times. Many viewers forget that Maude was the launching pad for one of the most popular black sitcoms of the era. The character of Florida Evans, played by Esther Roll, was introduced as Maude's independent housekeeper. Roll's performance was so popular that Leah spun her off into good times, bringing along her husband Henry, who was renamed James, played by John Amos. The struggling Chicago family that defined 70s television was born in Maude's upper, middle-class Connecticut home, showing how interconnected Norman Lear's sitcom empire truly was. Fact 1. The sudden end that left CB stunned. Of all the secrets surrounding the end of Maude in 1978, none shocked CB's executives more than B. Arthur's decision to walk away. The show was still pulling high ratings, and the network offered Arthur a massive contract to relocate the character to Washington, D.C., to become a congresswoman in a retooled series. But Arthur refused. She felt the writing had deteriorated, the stories were becoming repetitive, and she was simply exhausted from the grinding schedule. Rather than continue without its star, CB's cancelled the series abruptly, leaving the network scrambling. Despite the affiliate blackouts, the advertiser boycotts, the dark storylines, and the star's quiet battle with her own shyness, Maude remains a monument of television history. It proved that a sitcom could be funny while refusing to compromise on the issues that divided the nation. B. Arthur's brilliant performance created a blueprint for strong, independent women on television, showing that a woman's voice could be loud, proud, and completely unforgettable. Which secret surprised you most? Did you know about B. Arthur's military service, or were you floored by the real-life inspiration behind the character? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to Sitcom Secrets, and share this video with a friend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.